What's up? This is Rap Hits, and so I wanted to talk about how Little Cam Fifth hated the Migos and why. And so this seems to be something where Little Cam Fifth let this hate build up in him. It seems to be kind of a common thing with people sometimes. Now, instead of focusing on his own connections, I mean, he was connected with the mob ties. He could have focused on that path he was on, dealing with them. Maybe he could have got some studio time and figured out something. But instead, he was spending a lot of his energy hating on the next man. He was hating on the Migos, and it's not clear if he even knew them. It almost looks like he didn't even know them until that night. But he had a big hatred for them for years. We have tweets going back to around 2018 where he started really hating on the Migos. And no one really knows what that was all about. It doesn't even seem like he knew them. So he was just a straight up hater. And we got to change that mentality about us. It seems like we don't like to see each other rise. It's like they call it crab in a bucket or something, where, you know, you see one crab getting out of the bucket to freedom, and the crabs at the bottom of the bucket will try to drag that crab back in and say, no, you here with us, homie. You know, you in this bucket with us to get eaten, you know. So they don't want to see any other crab prosper and rise up out of that situation. They want them right in the gutter where they are. They don't like to see each other rise. But you see, this mentality is what's bringing us down, because we must understand the concept of manifestation and stuff like that, where your mentality matters. So you're supposed to embrace people making it out, because that shows you and proves to you that you can make it out yourself. That's the type of mentality we need to start adapting. When we start understanding how this universe works, and we can start utilizing these principles, we can do better as a people. And instead of hating on the next person, you use that as inspiration to do better, than that next person. If you want, you can competitively do better, not violently do better. You know, you don't want to have to take somebody out to take their place. There's room for everybody to eat. You can hit that studio just like the Migos hit the studio and make some music. Find your own style. Don't even try to copy them. Like, make up your own style. Do it from within and find your own, you know, make your own lane for yourself. But instead, people like Little Cam, it seems to be all too common in the streets. There seems to be people who secretly hate on the next person, and they could be amongst us. So you got to be aware of these people, because they're lurking in amongst everybody, and they're dwelling amongst us, and they hate on the next person that looks like they're doing better. I've saw this before, this mentality. I've saw people do this in my own life. I saw people do it in other people's lives. I've saw people that are hating. They hate. And if they think you're doing a little better than them, they secretly hate that. And it seems to be something to where they feel like they want what you have. They want what you have, you know? And that's where I think the hate must really come from. They feel like they want that. And it's like, no, these people worked real hard for what they got, or they just got it. Don't worry about how they got it. Just learn and understand that you can get that too. Just go for it and put your mind towards it and accomplish what you got to accomplish. It looks like Little Cam Fifth, he didn't understand these principles. You know, I think what happens sometimes, people they grow up in this environment, in this situation where they might not have a lot. And then they adapt this mentality where they need to get the next person that has what they want. They start hating and being jealous that the person has what they want, the life they want, the house they want, the cars they want, the women they want. You know, they want all that. They want it all. And instead of working towards earning it, they want it. They just want it. And they get mad at the people that have it. and their mentality it grows inside of them to where they just want it. So it looks like with Little Camp Fifth, I mean, they was gambling. It sounded like the Little Camp Fifth, he's with his people. I think they said dude had a white hat or something, I don't know, but it sounds like he was able to convince his small circle to rob the Migos. It looks like they did not want Quavo to leave up out of there. They was that was a it looked like a robbery. Like Little Cam Fifth, I think, was behind it. He was the one in everyone's ear talking about let's get them for all their money, because it sounds like Little Cam Fifth was his guy might have got like 7,000 up out of Quavo, and then they was following him up out of there. Like they was not allowed to leave after they got that 7,000. It was like, yo, let me play. I want to play you on basketball, and let's bet on a game of basketball or something. It sounded like, and it's like they was not allowed to leave. They was on them. They said, no, they got more money. Little Camp Fifth, like, probably thinking, like, let's get the rest of they money up out their pockets. Let's get that chain up off their neck. He already hated them. And it looked like that was a setup. It wasn't about no dice game. It didn't look like it was about no basketball. That was about they wanted what was in Quavo and Takeoff's pocket. They wanted what's someone even said they might have took someone's chain or something. A chain might have got taken off of Takeoff's neck. So it looked like that was all about a come up. It was all about a come up. That's what that came down to. They said, the value of the Migos' life and Takeoff's life and Quavo's life was irrelevant to them. They did not care about their status as a superstars, or they didn't value life, period, whether they're superstars or not. They just knew they wanted what was off their neck. That's been happening. They wanted PNB Rock. He pulled up in the, they want to pull up to the people, in the hood. They want to pull up and show love. And then the people in the hood, that's like, someone said that's like wearing a stake around your neck in the jungle. Just pulling up in the hood in your nice whip, and people see that and they want what you have, and they mad. And you're there just to show love. So Young Dolph, he was there getting cookies in the hood. And it's like, no, you can't. It's like, when are these rap stars going to understand? You can't change I don't think you can change their mentality. I don't think there's no point in trying to figure out how to change these people's mentality. It just seems like they're just too far gone now. I don't really understand how this mentality can change. I don't think it will. It just, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think there's any hope? But look, it looks like that's the mentality with a lot of these situations. Like I just said, Young Dolph, PNB Rock, they're just showing love in the hood, and they get taken out because people see them. Now look, I don't know if Young Dolph thing went deeper than that, if where the hate came from, if there was any street ties or anything, but PNB Rock, that just looked like he was straight up, it was a jack move. So these people are hungry out here, and they want what we have. I don't even know. It's like, the thing is, the rappers are going to them, because you're thinking, like, why aren't they robbing anyone else? Why aren't they robbing the rich people? There's rich people all over the place, not just us, people that look like us. But no, we're the ones who will visit our areas in these luxury trucks. So look, like I said, there's no way to really change what's popping. We just got to be smart about where we put ourselves, especially as rappers, but even as regular people. Just be aware of your surroundings and where you put your body. Like, if you're not there for them to do nothing to you, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. So you got to be careful about walking into these environments with a lot of hungry people. Like I said, it's like walking around the jungle with a stake on your neck. And it's really comes down to that, where if you were a nobody, and I'm not gonna say nobody, but if you were just a regular person and you walk into these hood parties and these hood environments, they might not care, because if you don't look like you got nothing, they probably leave you alone. You know, if it don't look like you got more than them, you'll probably blend in, and they won't think nothing of it when you're around them. But I've saw people eyeing, people eye you if you got a nice car or a nice, it looks like the people will start plotting. It's like people will start plotting, like, let me get that up off him or something. Like, you got to really watch where you're at when when it looks like you got a little money, or if you got, if you're doing good, if you got a nice car, nice truck, something like that. You got to watch where you put yourself. Cause ain't no changing, ain't no I don't think there's no changing. It'll probably get worse. It'll probably get worse. I mean, that's just what it is. So that's why Little Cam Fifth was hating on the Migos, is because this mentality, we see it all over. We see it all the time. It's not always about gang activity. It's not always about a real deep conflict. A lot of times it seems to be just about they want what you have. They want what you have. That's what it comes down to. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. This has been Rap Hits. Make sure you go to raphits1.com for all the latest updates, all the latest music videos, all the latest interviews, all the exclusives and all that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel here on YouTube for future videos. All right, I'm out of here.